Fire Emblem. Engage!
Hello friends, this is Access. Cap is a little seasick, so I will cover Chapter 18 of this Fire Emblem Engage Anything Goes Maddening LTC. This chapter is otherwise known as the Phantom Ship of Engage. Not only do we see a classic map layout, we also face an eerily familiar boss. That's right, the Chapter 3 armor boss Emblem has somehow revived and returning her phantom form as a berserker. Engage tried to make armored units good by making them unbreakable, but it seems that the balancing is far from enough if enemies are giving up their armors for cooler outfits. After the arduous fight at Flower Port, our team desperately needs a break to refuel their meters before whipping the hounds again. Fortunately, the current battle gives a perfect opportunity for our lead units to relax and for our bench warmers to shine. Unlike Chapter 3, which featured the least reliable strat in this run, this clear will have a 100% chance of success. Our focus here is on the side objectives, including 2 obtainable chests and the recruitment of a certain old man. On top of these, we need to refine Onigiri to have Michelin 3 stars quality before it is presented to the ferocious enemies later on. This is why Kagetsu took all 3 arena backing Somnio and why he re-equips Lucina Emblem for partially a double XP. In fact, Kagetsu will get roughly 2.8 times normal XP in this clear as we make sure that all of his kills benefit from his own lineage skill as well as the mentorship skill on an adjacent ally. We give Citrinne another Spirit Dust, her force in the run. The enemies are getting bulkier and bulkier for her to snipe, so she needs more love. For this reason, Citrinne also consumed an Adept book to inherit momentum from Sigurd, who we just got back thanks to a miraculous throw over the sea. Momentum only costs 1000 SP, which is very cheap relative to how much it can boost one's attack. Of course, our other units cannot resist Sigurd's shocking stare either. Kagetsu, Hortensia, and Citrinne also took immediate opportunity to train with Sigurd and inherit Cantor. Next, Alcryst is shown some love too by receiving the Master Seal that we took pains to grab from Evil Veil last chapter. Just like he says, this is an incredibly valuable item that doesn't drop from 5-star Ancient Well and probably shouldn't drop at this stage of the game at all. Regardless, this Master Seal puts Alcryst in the Elite Shooter class, allowing him to repay his debt as a reposition bot with an extra move. To wrap up battle preps, Rosado equips Ike Emblem to help with reposition as well. The spotlight then turns to our handsome Bouche, who has finally found his way and progressed enough in Diablo to pick up a mount. Not sure how many times he was boosted to finally obtain the Butcher's Cleaver, but it's good to see that he's not out yet. For this battle, Bouche equips Sigurd Emblem to speed things up because he's tired of slowly moving toward every dungeon. It doesn't really help though, as he seems to still be running in circles from one ally's town portal to another. Anyways, let's get into this one turn clear. To start things off, Chloe once again shows that she cannot fail by killing a sniper on the right side at 3 range with Fail Notch. Alear also moves right to silence the Lance General and gets 24 XP despite missing. Her XP in the previous chapter 17 could vary depending on how many attacks she blocked for Ivy, but as long as Ivy didn't dodge too much, Alear can reach level 2 here. The staff use allows Alear to canter adjacent to the Lance General, providing her personal and Spur Attack to Pandrio as he uses Levin Sword to chip him down and apply Draconic Hex. This sets up the first Parthia kill for Kagetsu, despite the General having 43 base defense during player phase. Let me mention that we took lineage off Kagetsu in his last arena fight so that he was 2 XP away from level up when entering this map. This way, he gets more XP from this kill and in fact ends up with more XP overall due to the various XP multipliers, including mentorship from Alear. After Kagetsu canters, Citrinne dances him to score a second Parthia kill off a Sage. This time, Chloe provides mentorship. To reward our efforts, the game grants Kagetsu an absolutely incredible level up, gaining almost every stat. This is exactly as we foresaw because we're in fixed growth mode after all. Hortensia flies over to visit Kagetsu before cantering into Goddess Dance formation. Now comes Prince Alcryst. who's going to put on a dramatic show just like when he first appeared in Chapter 7. He moves to the right side of Panette, raises his bow in a gesture to shoot, only to tell her, "Get behind me." This reposition enables Panette to refresh the actions of Chloe, Kagetsu, Hortensia, and Citrinne. Panette barely reaches level 5 from this dance and procs strength for the third time of her 4 level ups. This point of strength will be clutch next chapter. Hortensia moves further right to recruit Linden, the only recruitable unit in the game who does not auto-join at the end of the chapter. Very interesting. On top of having decent base stats and a sizable SP stock, Linden can be another griffin with access to warp and rescue staves. This alone makes him well worth it for the many staves we dug up from the ancient well. Kagetsu scores 2 more Parthia kills, boosted by mentorship from Hortensia and Citrinne, getting 2.5 levels total in this clear. He did dodge the last 2 stages, but he would survive at 1 HP even if both hit. With them out of the way, Linden immediately proves his worth by grabbing a second seal from the chest, which he will use soon.
I won't get lost.
Near our starting positions, the handsome barbarian still got lost despite his mount. After several hours of spamming find item, he finally located the dungeon and rushed to the chest at the end of it, bypassing all the scary mobs along the way. In this chest, he finds a speed wing, which of course is not the Shaco, but the similarly bad drop rate makes it just as precious for us. Back to the right side, Edelgard Chloe reunites with her teacher once more to gain another action after killing a second sniper. To follow up, Chloe raging storms a hero above, who she can barely kill thanks to +4 strength from Panette's goddess dance. With her action refreshed, she then canters up and uses Fail Not to kill yet another sniper before putting herself in range of the boss, who will attack her at true range with Tomahawk. While Chloe will finish the boss during enemy phase, we need to kill her first life in this player phase. Even though we only have 2 units left, Sniper Citrinne solves all problems. With Rosado's reposition, Citrinne can full move to be adjacent to Alear and one-shot the boss with Astra Storm. Notice that Citrinne hasn't yet reached her full potential because one of her equipped skills is Lineage instead of another damage boosting skill. We do this because she needs the bonus XP from Lineage and dash from the triple Ching attack in chapter 17 to exactly level up here. The magic proc will again be clutch in the next chapter. For reasons that we don't really understand, the Spear General on the left side is the only enemy that moves before the boss in enemy phase. He suicides to Ivy, whose Tirami Storm gives 10 dodge and guarantees her survival. After that, the Phantom boss gets cleanly doubled and destroyed by Chloe. This time she's gone for good. That is chapter 18 cleared in 1 turn. Cab and I will see you next time for the epic final battle against M&M.